Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Oh, come on in. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yes, indeed. Come on in. Holiday season. Thanksgiving's over. Quite a few surgeries. Let's catch up some. Let's catch up. Who's available? I don't even know what time it is right now. Yeah. What time is it? It's 5:41. Some of you are probably getting off work now. But tune in. Maybe this is your drive home. Give me some thumbs up once you guys come online and everything. Let's catch up. What's going on? Maybe this is your drive home. Oh. Give me some thumbs up. Yeah, trying to see who's available. Yep. What's going on, my people? Yep. Who's here? Who's here? I can't see you. Who is this? Who is this? I can't see. Oh, who's this? Tyrone Joyner. What's going on, bro? How you doing? How you doing, brother? Hey, who else is online? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Let's get a little conversation going. I missed you guys, man. Come on. Come on in. Come on in. Yup. How's that weather back in North Cat, bruh? Everything good? Yeah, tag some people, man. Bring them on in. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's heat up. Let's talk about some new things going on. Devin Morgan, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, man? Tag some people. Bring them on in. Let's talk about what we got going on, exciting, what's been going on. Like, man, missed you guys from talking to you and everything. So tag everybody on your list right now. I'm good. Pray all is well with you. Amen. Yeah, man. That's it. That's it. Yeah, send those stars too, bro. Y'all send those stars, definitely. Who else is on to you? Tyrone Joyner. LOL. Oh, you in Buffalo, New York. That's what's up, bro. Well, how's the weather there? Because I'm about to head there in a few days. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Who is this? Aqeel Ebony. What's going on? What's going on, Aqeel? Man, tag your friends. Look, Aqeel, go through your list. Tag all your girlfriends, and after you tag those two, tag about 100 more. All right. All right, look. Tag your people. Tell them to check in. Tell them Aqeel ash-shakoor is live right now, man. We doing more update. Yo. Big Steve, what's going on, man? What's going on? Big Steven Strickland in the house. Y'all remember Mr. JTTF Commander himself from Law and Order Organized Crime, my fellow Law and Order brother from across the water. Yeah, y'all seen him probably lastly. Y'all seen him in the big crossover of the first episode of the 24th season. And Steven's got a lot going on. Shout out to you, Steven, because one of our other brothers, our younger brothers, Antoine Jackson, I hope he jumps up here. They just posted some work. So Antoine just booked Chicago PD again, another Dick Wolf series. And y'all, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just getting some more information from SVU now. But we're going to talk about all of that, all right? We're going to talk about all of that. What's going on, Nakia? Hey, Steven, man, bro, I'm about to come back, man. I'm about to come back, bro. Yo, this is so crazy. Y'all tag your people. Tell them to come on in, man. Oh, he filmed today. Oh, that's what's up, man. I got to reach out to him. I definitely got to talk to him, man. Hey, man, I know Sheik is on high right now, man. He got his pupils all over the screen, the big screen and television, man. And I know we super proud of him, man. So, it's been a blessing. And if y'all don't know out there, man, we are actors, we brothers and sisters, and man, we don't compete against each other. We cheer each other on. We help each other with auditions, even if we're going out for the same roles. You see what I'm saying? I remember that was, I think right before the crossover season this year with Law and Order, Steven and I, yes, Steve, that's right, Dick Wolf Universe, baby, that's us now. Steven and I even did one. I hope you don't mind me saying this, Steven, but yeah, we traded auditions. We did one for what was it, Steven? Wu-Tang, same role. Now neither of us got it unless they still plan to call one of us, but at the same time, we're just showing you that real professionals and real brothers go far and beyond competitive spirits. You know what I'm saying? Our competition is making sure that we challenge each other to make even greater choices, and to book. Like, it means nothing. I love seeing when my brothers book. If I'm not booking, if I'm booking, they happy to see me booking, and I'm happy to see them booking. And we love when we definitely on at the same time. What's going on, Dominique? Dominique Alexander checking in. Dominique just did some big work this week. He says that's what it's about. Challenge each other. That's right, Steven. That's right, man. Man, listen, it's just so great, y'all. Just so great. Look at Tyrone going off, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. He in Buffalo, New York. So Tyrone's in Buffalo, New York, Steven. He's someone from my hometown in North Carolina, or at least a city over. But listen, let's go ahead and get started, man. And again, tag all your friends right now. Tell them Aqeel ash-shakoor is live. And hey, Steve, you know what, man? How about this? Are you available for me to bring you on camera? Waiting for Steven to answer. Steven, if you can't, let me know if you're available for me to bring you on camera. Then I'll probably have to get your assistance on even how to do that. I think I could bring you on here. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Let's see if Steven's available. Let me send an invite to him, man. I know it's an impromptu. If you're at the table eating, man, I apologize or whatever. Uh-oh, let's see. We may be in business. Let's see. We may. Yeah. You, man.
What's up, bro?
On? Yeah, man. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, man. Listen, I was about to wait till I got back in New York. So Orville is the first one I did this with, man. So I said, from now on, well, you did this first. Let me back up. You did this with me, Dez, and dang, I forgot who else was up there with us. About a year or two ago when we were shooting Smoking Good. And yeah. And so I wanted to, man. I started when I was in when I was shooting FBI a week or two ago, right before Thanksgiving. I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop waiting to do it so formal and just do it. And we had a great one with Orval. So I was just sitting here now. I was gonna wait and hit you up when I got back to New York. Then it was like right now, I was like, you know what? Let's stop being all formal, man. Let's just do impromptu. You know, people said they loved it, man. So, bruh, we just go jump in where we at, man. Tell the people who you are, where you at,
man. What's up, everybody? My name is Steven Strickland. I have a extreme case of what is it? ADHP. That's for actor, director, host, and producer.
Say that? Hold on.
That's a little something I'm working on.
See, that's why I can't bring my people on, boy. They don't know how to start slow. They be going in from the start. Say that again, bro.
I said I have an extreme case of ADHP. That stands for actor, director, host, producer. I am in Newark, New Jersey, so that makes me a New York actor. And
so that's why you naughty by nature.
What you do. Yes.
Yeah. So y'all, listen. This is my good brother, Mr. Steven, not Steve, Mr. Steven with an N, Strickland, and he's strictly about business. All right. So okay. So you guys, when I booked, came on for the 24th season of Law and Order, we just gonna jump dead in it. And Steven and I had a conversation before. Him and I had been talking before. He had booked. He's booked quite. I ain't gonna steal his shine. I'm gonna let him tell us some more stuff. But he had finished shooting Law and Order, Organized Crime, and him and I was talking about it. And I had shot Chicago Med and things, and we were just talking about, man, just how well it is to be in the Dick Wolf universe, man. And when I say the Dick Wolf universe, I mean the Dick Wolf universe. You know what I'm saying? And him and I was talking like we're talking to y'all right now. We was just saying, man, listen, we got to book a show together. And we got to, remember that conversation?
Right.
And then we just defined it all. We was like, listen, man, we both men of faith. We got to book a Dick Wolf show together. And what, man, it probably was, man, I know a month didn't go by. And I remember you messaged me and told me you booked the crossover right about the time when I booked the 24th season of Special Victims. And I was like, yo, this is so crazy. And so it was just so amazing, man. But tell us your journey, man. You know, because you know, this wasn't your first Dick Wolf venture, man. You know, I think you holding Dick Wolf pen or something, bro. Like you keep writing yourself in. Talk to the people.
Shout out to Dick Wolf Universe and Jonathan Strauss Casting. That's who does the casting for.
Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes.
Okay.
Pump your brakes. Man, let me tell you something, boy.
Okay.
This is why I tell people to read those credits. That man just dropped a powerful name on you. Tell him again that name and who that name represents.
Jonathan Strauss Casting. They do pretty much all the casting for the Dick Wolf shows, and he's also, well, I know at least for Law and Order, he's an executive producer on the show as well. So, you know, so shout out to them. My first time being cast in the Dick Wolf universe was in 2021 with FBI Most
What'd you play, Steven?
And then I played the sergeant of the Poughkeepsie.
Is that the one where you found the body by the water? Yeah. So he got Steven.
Yes.
And
somebody found the body.
Yeah. So Steven got down with that. He was clean shaven then too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sometimes they want you to do it. That's what you got to do. I have to do an audition tonight for Blue.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man. Hold on.
About like 8 or 9
See, I told y'all my people don't know how to ease into nothing, bro. They just take y'all head off and whatnot. See, he just. Yeah. I had another call coming in. They always call when you go live. You know how that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes they want us to be, clean shaven. So at the drop of a dime, you gotta cut it off. I actually was keeping the beard because I was filming something else, but they said they're gonna put that on hold for a while. So, but yeah, the audition tonight is for Blue Bloods, and they want me to be clean shaven. I'm not gonna do it for the audition, but they said if not, be willing to. And I'm like, I'm definitely gonna say that, in my slate. But anyway, so for me, the goal, the journey has always been to be on Law and Order, right? And, if not a co-star, then a guest star or a series regular, any major cop show. Absolutely. I wanted to be on it because I grew up watching cops, and I played cops so much people think I'm a cop. But so in 2021, when that aired in February. So I think I shot that in January of 2021, and it aired in February of 2021. And then, I was like, okay, I have that on my reel now. Law and Order has to come calling, and they didn't for a while. And then finally in December, they called me to come in and
he's stunting again. See how y'all see what I'm saying, man? I told you, my people, y'all listen. I'm throwing out disclaimers all night. When I bring my people on, sometimes they're not being arrogant. They just stunting, not knowing they stunting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, they are very humble people. They're people of God. They are believers, but sometimes it may not seem like they're being humble, but they are. But I'm joking because I'm just telling you that he's right. He's right. That's how things happen once you cross certain barriers, and that's why we are. That's why we continuously tell you guys to be about business, because it ends up coming with some advantages, some advantageous things though. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So they asked me for my self tape. I submitted it, booked it. I'll never forget. I booked it on December 16th, 2022. 2021, and that was a great way to end the year with a booking. So I was supposed to film it on January 5th. The role got canceled. I'm waiting up all night January 4th for the call sheet. They never came. And then I woke up that morning, the 5th, and found out that the character was canceled. So I was devastated, bro. I was devastated. I went to, I posted on Facebook and Instagram, and everybody was pouring into my spirit like, yo, something bigger is better is going to happen. This happens to the best of us. A friend of mine told me that he was in costume on his way to location 1, and they said, oh, yeah, we're not going to need you because we're getting rid of the character. I was like, wow, that's
no.
So I went to Applebee's.
No, good.
Real quick. So I went to Applebee's to have a drink. I ain't gonna lie, had a few drinks. I was upset, but my boys, Antoine and Malachi, they called me on Facebook, FaceTime, and again, pouring into my spirit. And they're like, the last thing they said to me was, something bigger and better is gonna come out of this, right? As soon as I put my phone down, my phone buzzed. It was my manager saying, Law and Order Organized Crime, they want to know your availability for the next episode. So that was 2 days on set, double the pay. So bigger, better, right? So filmed that, right? So filmed that in January. And then, right after I booked Law and Order, this is not in the Dick Wolf universe. I booked a show called Only Murders in the Building. So that was back-to-back bookings, the 16th and the 17th. But anyway, so I filmed Law and Order in January of 2022. It aired March 3rd. If you want to go check it out, it's season 2, episode 14 of Law and Order Organized Crime. It aired March 3rd, which was 2 days after my birthday. So I had a birthday/watch party, which was great. So some Malachi, Aria, and Cameron, they came up down or over from Detroit, right, to celebrate with me. And everybody's watching the show, and it was like, yo, they can bring your character back. And I was like, well, from your lips to God's ears. Fast forward to August 11th. That's the day I got my license back, because I haven't had my driver's license for years. But anyway, so I was supposed to do a post about getting my license back, but I got an email from my manager saying we want Steven to come back and reprise his role as JTTF commander, but for the crossover event on SVU.
We gotta take it back to English class. Who's the? I know you said we, but who's the subject of the we? Who is the we that said they wanted you back? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, got you.
Which means it's official when you see that. Because they say we officially want Steven back. And man, that is so powerful.
Yep. Allison. It was Allison.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, man, I was so excited, elated, went on there, had a great experience. And
Amen.
So, I didn't get killed off. So hopefully, I'll be like you, and they'll bring it back again.
That's what's
up. What I'm saying? So we'll see. So yeah, man, it's just 2022 has been an amazing, blessed year with Law and Order twice, Only Murders in the Building, and I was blessed to shoot 3 episodes on this Apple TV series called Lady in the Lake. It's a limited series, so that's coming out in 2023. So now I'm back on the grind. Thank you. Now I'm back on the grind, auditioning again, and just started. I didn't just start, but what I do.
Hey man, that's scary. Man, if you hear these blinkers coming in because of my recent booking, I'm getting all these calls from down there. You know that, right? So they're leaving me messages too. Yeah.
Man,
so listen, man. You said a lot in that, and I don't know if people really understand. So it's not, Law and Order, man. We what we call that the Holy Grail, of TV shows. And you're talking a brother from Newark, New Jersey, a brother from Murfreesboro, North Carolina, regions apart. And you're talking about becoming actors and having this one ultimate goal, not the only goal, but this Mount Rushmore or Mount Everest of goals that, let's just be clear. Not just beginning actors. They've done specials on this, like A-list actors are attempting to get on this show at least one time in their career. So much that even in the special, they say they don't even care if they have to play a bad guy. They just want to be on the show. You had, I was, and I ain't stunting here. I'm just telling the story the way it was told to me. But when I was on set, I was talking to Ice-T, and he was talking about, like, you know, Snoop was like, yo, Ice, I'm coming to the show. And he was just talking about, man, the fun that they had and all the other actors. And one of the things, I think you and I was talking about this, I said that if you have watched Law and Order since its first airing date, September the 13th, 1990, the first episode, you know, that's a buzz question for those of you that want to be on the show. Might want to know that for an interview.
Right.
But man, I remember, I literally remember spending weekends. I was still in service then, but I remember spending weekends watching marathons. I'm talking about not going places. When I got off active duty, I remember we were living in Georgia, and I was like, man, we pallets on the floor from Friday evening when you get off work, man, till Monday morning, just back to back to back to back. Wake up, walk, man, and to really think about, man, that's the longest running show on television. And to think about, we weren't even acting then. I don't know about you. I don't even know if I even thought acting was anywhere in, because I was doing music and military.
At that time, no, I wasn't even thinking. I mean, I was acting in church and school plays and things like that. But at that time, I wanted to be a pro football player. You know, I really didn't come into really wanting to do acting, to be an actor until like 98, 99. So that's how long I've been
beautiful, bro. That's beautiful.
And just now is like I'm coming into the past 4 or 5 years. I've been coming into network television and you know big movie productions. Oh yeah, shout out to Paramount Pictures. Smile.
Hey man,
if you haven't seen that, check that out. All right,
it's okay to stunt in between. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just cutting the fool. It's just blessings, man. And you know me, man. I like to cut the fool, bro. We have enough seriousness going on in life, man. This is why I wanted to start this segment that I do, man, because I think it's so important. And one of the things on why I like to do this and why I like to share so much is because if you like me, in this journey and attempting to make it to where we are just now, you always watch interviews and everybody be like, yeah, I started here. And then you're like, okay, but you ain't telling me nothing. You just act like you woke up one day and then all of a sudden you're on the screen. I'm like, man, can you tell me, like, what about the in-between? Yeah, like you told me, like, you're like, man, no, I got booked for it. And one guy was on the way to set and they cut the role. Like, that's some reality for you. People don't understand. It's like, it, as they say, it ain't over to the fat lady sing. Like, yeah, listen.
Right.
And, I was laughing because we were talking with some friends and family a couple of days ago, and I was just telling them, like, man, you remember when we used to be extras and we used to post pictures that were fuzzy? You're like, that's me back there. You draw a circle around it, put the arrow. You got the stars sitting up here, there, and you way back there.
That's like that's me.
Man, it was, call it embarrassing, but, to an actor, just any time on screen is something. But what I did, try watching a movie without extras. You feel what I'm saying? And so I remember, but what I did was where a lot of people were saying, yeah, I don't do extra work no more. I just kept my mouth shut and I kept doing them. But what I was doing was I was using those extra roles to learn set, to learn what I could do, what I couldn't do, camera shots, what it looks like with somebody in close when they got a far out shot, and terminology. Learn who's first team, second team, stand-ins, and if you take the right position, sometimes it leads to some things. And we were blessed. My very first role was a featured role on Chicago Med. you know, and with my family. And so, and from there, it led to another featured role. Then then it went to speaking, and it's been speaking ever since. And I had a wonderful season last year that started with you know, the 7th season as FBI agent Russo, that started with a recurring role. As you say, went in to film it, and the day I was filming it, 5 minutes on lunch break, I get a call. I booked the HBO Max original series, Staircase, like 3 minutes after that. Then I booked the big screen role with Regina King. And look now, and then that night,
Come on.
and then that night
Name
they canceled
drop.
my recurring role on Chicago PD. I was like, yeah, but bro, look, as you said, look how God worked. Staircase held on to me. They said, we don't care if you're shooting a recurring role. You normally get a break in between. We'll get you to Atlanta in between. And they held their word. They did that. So, but anyway, they didn't have to do it because they canceled that role. So it was cool, right? But the next thing I know, they used my episode 9 of the 7th season of Chicago Med. They used it 4 more times in that season. I was on for 5 episodes of last season, bro. Everybody that I talked to said, man, that's unheard of. And how I knew is because I was getting those alerts.
Yes, sir.
Why am I getting an account alert? Like, and I looked and I was like, Chicago Med, episode 9, Chicago Med, episode 10, Chicago Med, episode 11, 13, 12. I was like, what? My agent was like, Aqeel, I've never seen this happen before. But they were happy to. Yeah. And,
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so,
of course.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. But listen, man, you've done, so how many Dick Wolf shows? 2 shows.
Just 2.
No, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait,
FBI Most Wanted and Law and Order.
You can't use the word just with Dick Wolf Productions. You can't say I just done 2.
That's true.
I'm just sorry. You can't use just.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3.
Yeah. So it's 3. It's 3. Yeah, because Law and Order, SVU, and Law and Order, Organized Crime, and then FBI.
So man, I'm blessed. Man. I know I'm blessed. When I booked that SVU
yes, you are
role,
blessed, bro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it precinct commander?
Bro.
Was it precinct
and so then I just got back from shooting FBI. Hey, bro.
Talk about it. Let's go.
Last night.
Listen, go ahead.
Not even last night. So actually, on the way back, they were saying, we getting a buzz, Aqeel. I was like, what is it? It was like, just hold on. Like I was told when I shot SVU, I was like, okay, no problem. Just keep doing what I'm doing. So FBI came in. I was like, yo, what are they doing? Like, what am I about to do? So, man, I went and shot it in. Phenomenal time, man. Phenomenal time shooting. I'm just like, this, you know, that feeling we get, you know, it's like something is brewing in the pot. I don't know what it is. Something's brewing. And I just kept praying, man. I just said, just stay humble, persevere. And so I made an affirmation. I've been talking about affirmations. I made an affirmation about getting on Law and Order, and God manifested it. When I came back, I made another affirmation, and I put it down to a point that I told people too, and I posted. If you go back and look at my stories, I said, I'm going back. Just don't try to, basically I was saying, don't try to peg me into which role you think I'm going into, but I'm making an affirmation that it's going to happen. And when soon as I, you know, it's just certain numbers when you see, when I saw my management number come across, I went there punching in the air, kicking, hollering, and forgot to answer the phone. So, but last night, you know, so I talked to my agent too on the way back, coming back for Thanksgiving. You know, I had some surgery the day after Thanksgiving and everything. And in between then, you know, we were talking, and she says, And I was just like, man, you know, we get back to New York. I'm coming back to see you guys. So I posted that in between the time I had surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, you know, this was a day after surgery. I had another surgery Monday morning. Intense pain all last night. I mean, all that night. Got up yesterday morning, started to subside. Last night, my wife and I are out at dinner, and as soon as we pull up to the restaurant, the screen in my car just, I was like,
Let's go. Let's go.
and I get the first voice, I go, hello, and she goes, Aqeel, you coming back to New York, baby? I said,
Let's go.
I said,
my guy,
you gotta be, man. I was just like, God, man, bruh.
Yeah.
And you call some names. Jonathan Strauss, Alice.
Allison.
So when you were saying that while ago, I was just sitting here saying, oh my God, boy, right? Yo. And when you see that line and it says, we officially want, and they say your home government, we officially want Aqeel ash-shakoor to return to in this role. And you like, and you just read it again for like 20 more times, like, yeah, am I right?
Yes, yes, yes. Like, wait a minute. Let me get.
Yeah.
Get my glasses. Get my glasses.
So, man, I'm like, oh my God, man. So, you know, that's why I say you just can't use the word just. So,
right.
I have now I've been in all 3 Dick Wolf trilogies, and now doubling back on a second trilogy. I've done Chicago Med, like, I've lost count, man, honestly, which was just a blessing, not a brag. It's a blessing. And, you know, now lock down the FBI and the SVUs, man. And bruh, what's crazy is people that are not actors understand when you guys hit SVU or hit Law and Order, period, great things are about to happen in your career. And they tell me that, and I'm like, wow, how do they, you know? But if you do the research,
because everybody watches that show. Everybody watches that show. There's always a Law and Order marathon going on, and other casting agents, other higher ups watch that show. So it's like, yeah, oh, okay.
And they look, because it's a level of professionalism that show runs on to make it 24 seasons, bro. Something's going right over there. And when you go back and you watch all the marathons, which is crazy, everybody that you see on the Chicago Med shows, if you go back and watch Law and Order, they were
crossover, get their own shows. Just like what was that?
Yes,
they do that over there at ABC too, with anybody that worked on like Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, all those people. If you go back, they were like on other shows that were casted by the same people, that were even written by Shonda Rhimes, you know, stuff like that.
Incredible.
Just relationships.
Yes.
People work with people they like.
You can attest to this.
You make a good impression.
You can attest to this.
Come on
your
back.
First day on set of your first Law and Order show, how were you treated? Like you've been,
treated.
Excuse me, like you've been there since the first day the show started, right?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so when I tried to explain it, it was like, so what was it like? I was like, I can just tell you it was good, because I don't have the words and I don't have the time to really pour into how magnificent it was. Like, you know, tell me something. So tell me this then. Let's back up a little bit. Do you consider okay, now let me say this. So you book Law and Order and all these shows now, movies and all of this. What's your work ethic now? You can slow down a little bit now, right? You can't?
Nope.
You still have to take acting
No.
classes? Why? Why?
Yeah. Because
You still
you're
auditioning?
always a learning
You really
process. If that's the
auditioning?
case, then
Why you
that's
ain't
yes.
just going in the room saying, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
Steven Strickland"? It don't, right?
It don't work like that.
Tell them,
It
bro, why it don't
don't work
work.
like that. Can you imagine? If not if I'll use Kobe. If he never was the first person in the gym, the last person in the gym, would he be one of the greats that ever played? You know, would Michael Jordan? If you watch, what was that? What was that?
Yeah, I know what you're
His
talking about.
documentary or whatever that was on. If he never made up, he made up
Work
a
hard.
reason to not like somebody that made him work harder. It's you got to practice. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes better. So and this is always a learning process. There's something you can always learn from, something new that you never thought of in your arsenal as an actor, things that you can tap into that you've never tapped into before. So you can't coast now. No, you can't do that, because once you do that, then you lose the hunger for it. You know, even A-list actors, or people we call A-list actors, um, they still have acting coaches. I think you gotta have a hold on. I think you gotta have a card to get it. No, I'm not a student. No. Um, um, I'm actually
Okay,
standing out in front of
don't let me
what's
keep
the
you too
school?
long. I'm
Okay,
gonna let
yeah, I
you
see
off in
it.
a few. Okay.
No, you're fine. You
Oh,
fine. I was just on my way to the store to
oh,
get some
oh.
chocolate that I
Yeah.
don't need to be getting. So this is God. Um, so just
Oh, I
pray that I
I
go
won't
that way
crack
when
my
I
Milky
leave
Way
instead of
open
going
like
this
that.
way. That used to be my favorite candy, man. But what was I saying? Practice. Oh yeah, even A-list actors, they go to when it's time for them to do something, they'll brush up. They'll go to their acting coach that they've gone to for years, or they might find somebody new. Brush up on something, because there's nothing new under the sun, but you know there's a difference with the acting. So you got to stay on it. You got to practice. You can't just walk in there and be like, hey, I was
Thank
on
you.
Law and Order. Give me this role. There's so many people that were on Law and Order that you can't just walk in and be like, give me this role. You
And it's
gotta
yeah, and
work for it. You
it's
gotta
not
earn it.
right.
There it is. You have to earn
It's not
earn
so.
your spot.
So we do understand that, even though, because we've been on these shows, like what I tell you what. Let me segue over. Was your work ethic different doing doing independent work versus what you do now, or does it change?
Um, no, I honestly don't think if it changed. Change is the wrong word. It heightened or elevated. You know what I mean? Because it was still the same basic principle. Work hard,
Come
study
on,
to
come
show
on,
thyself.
come on,
Oh,
come on.
approve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So do that. Do the work. Do the work. And then once you see that, it levels up, it's like, okay, I did the work. Now I'm at this level. So there's more work to be done. Just add on to, what you're doing. So, I am where I am because of opportunities that were uh, brought to
Okay.
me because of my work ethic. There's people that come to me for, and again, not like you said,
Not
not
stunting, no bragging.
what's the
Right.
word you
Right.
said,
We
not
just
not
telling the truth.
bragging, but people stunting because of how I approach things, my attention to detail, how I see things playing out, how they should be playing out, or try this. That's how I became a director, being on sets. And I'm like, it might work if it's this way. You got to be
Right.
careful directing other actors. So, so it's like, you pick your spots. You just got to do it in the right way. But anyway, so when the directors would notice that, okay, he's different
Mm-hmm.
than what they're doing. Let's pull him in. Hey, let's talk to you about what you think about this. And I think, hey, try this, see if it works for you. Boom, it works. All right, cool. But yeah, so the work ethic just heightens. That's all for me. It's just not being afraid to
Yeah.
ask for help. because I don't know it all. Even as a coach, I don't know it all.
That's a good segue to a word that I love using because, and I tell, and I want to say this because but I want to say it in a way that shows humbleness and humility and not something that's trying to seem like I'm elevated. And I use this in ministry too. And we are afraid to show vulnerability. Vulnerability kills a lot of actors. And sadly, they believe that they believe they are vulnerable, but they're not. They think that they're displaying ranges when they're not. They're saying different words, but there aren't, okay. Because there's the whole battle between too many hood movies, too many sex scenes and things like that. And it's like, I was crediting I can't call the brother's name because I forgot his official government name, but those that know, I'm talking about Zoe. He just did a film with Renika McQueen, A Family Divided. And I was so used to seeing Zoe play the big guy, the big brutal guy, the gunslinging. And now this brother was playing a passionate father role. But what I prided him on was not so much the role. You know what I prided him on? I saw his processes on Facebook. He probably don't even know it. So if he's watching, he'll see. And I was just talking to Renika last night. I said, it made me so happy. You know what I saw? I saw Zoe taking acting classes. I saw him actually speaking about it and posting pics. And of course, he was with our guy. G. Yeah. And when I saw that, I said, wow, Zoe was really serious about that. You know what I'm saying? And I said, that's what's up. So I already knew it. And I still haven't seen the movie yet, but I was telling Renika last night, I said, I already know that he came off in the role. It doesn't matter how good or how bad it was. I'm just saying, I know that he had improvement because I saw the processes, which lets us know people that don't want to go to acting classes, that think this and that about acting classes, going to have a limit, So one of the other things, man, I'm telling people too is, and I don't know if you have this problem, telling people, listen, headshots. I keep screaming headshots. I know the industry is, media, digital and all this stuff like this, but when you come to me and you ask me about the essentials that you need to get to this level, I keep saying your headshots is keeping you out of a lot of room. A lot of rooms. Speak on headshots.
Yeah, that's
how important
that's the calling card. Headshots are the calling card for. That's the first thing they see. They see, okay, they have a look. That's what they're looking for. They're like, okay, this person has a look. But now they have the look that we could be looking for. Now let's see if they have the tools, the talent, the skill to pull off the characters that that we want, right? And me, I was using a headshot before that really wasn't getting me much traction. And then once I was coached into switching my headshot, then I started to get a lot more, the traction. I say it was like snow tires with a chain on the tires, So it really had great traction, because your headshot speaks volumes. The headshot speaks to the character or the characters that you can play. Like my headshot now is more, I don't say universal, but you can see me playing 3 or 4 different characters, as opposed to the one headshot I was using before, where it's just all you see is that one thing, one dimension. It was too spot on. That's what I was told. It's too spot on. You need something that has a range just by looking at the headshot. So yeah, the headshots are very.
On the headshot too. Let me say this, and then we'll move forward. No, go ahead.
See now, wait, real quick. Modeling is different. Modeling is different. They'll say, just take a picture of yourself. It could be a Polaroid. Send it in. If we want you to work with us, we'll work. Whatever like that. But a headshot is totally different, because modeling, you don't have to tell the story. You have to wear the clothes. It's about right. It's about the clothes. Now the headshot is just you, and telling that story by them looking at you. You're like, okay, yeah, he has that look for this character that he or she has this them, they, their, all those other pronouns and stuff. These people have the look for what we're looking for. So all right, you capture them with the headshot. It's like, oh, as opposed to, let me keep looking. It's like, this is nice.
So
you don't want to be.
You
want to be.
We casting for this. We casting for this $400 million film, and we need a 30 to 50-year-old African American male to play this role. And you get all these headshots. I'm gonna say specific things here. You'll catch it. Shot by your high school friend or your neighborhood man with a camera, and cast Jonathan Strauss, Shonda Rhimes are going through headshots, and they're just like this. And all of a sudden, all
that shows you don't care.
Steven Strickland headshot. This headshot that looks like somebody spent $600 or $700 on it. Soon as they poured it over, it looked like their eyes hit them in the eyes. All they saw was this, and they saw the story, and all of a sudden they wake up and said, "By God, I think we've got a winner. Who is this? Who is this guy?" Well, let's flip the resume over and see. Oh, Steven Strickland. That's it. Let's stop all the casting. Like, wait a minute, we got 2 more days. No, we got it. And things happen that way. And people don't understand. It's like nobody is down in your high school photographer shot, or your friend that even maybe shoots independent films or things like that, or whomever. We're just we are telling you, this headshot is not going to get you to the next level. You can gripe and complain about it ain't fair and why I gotta spend all this much money. Well, then just stay over there out the way of the people that are very serious about their craft. But what you can't do is complain about something where the standards are set. It's like, like you said, we both play football. You can't start if you don't meet certain qualifications. You're just gonna be on the bench. You can keep crying about I want to play, but you're not producing. And you don't show any signs of working out. Your workout as an actor is,
or trying.
And your workout as an actor is taking the classes, polishing your skills, really diving and delving into the character, doing some. One of my pet peeves is, because I'm a former law enforcement officer. I'm a Gulf War veteran. When I watch films and I see all the technical flaws, like who cuffs like that? What? Nobody takes their cuffs out. Nobody holds. Where's the IU? I don't see the grip. I don't see this. I don't see that. You got on I was telling somebody the other day, you got on a Air Force cover, an Army top, and a Marine Corps bottom. We looking like, what in the world is going on here? Even when you're watching films like, I've done my time living in Africa and everything. You got kente cloth from Nairobi, scarf here. You got Zimbabwe here. You just an African mess bucket. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't done your study. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your research. And it's dishonoring when, man, there are a million. It's like you go to play, the officer. You got a million officers around there, and you mean to tell me you couldn't just ask one officer that would have loved to have just said, we train like this. And then to know that certain techniques, even though we get them, that comes down from a higher legislation, but there are certain parameters and certain things taught in different departments, how we approach things. There are certain terminologies. You know what I'm saying? Some use 10 codes, some securities use Q codes. There's a whole different mechanism that goes on methodology that goes on that you can just ask somebody. You go for a school teacher role. All the school teachers that we know, and we never talk to a school teacher. We just go on there. Yeah, so. Like, we don't do that, sir.
Right. We're just going by what
Yeah.
we see on TV. You know, our job as actors is to people watch. You know, not just watch the people on TV to see. You know, we watch TV to see what the tone of the show is. Da 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 da. Okay, if I get it on that show, I got to be this way. Da 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 da. I can fit on that show. You know, but the people around you, the immediate people that you can touch, go to, learn there, watch them. You know, because you can draw from them later on in life. And I want to go back to what you said about headshots and photographers, like your best friend at the school and stuff like that. Their thought process, as artists, our thought process is different, right? If they take pictures, just stand in front of the camera, take pictures, boom, boom. No, I have to be these pictures that I'm taking, these headshots that I'm taking, have to represent the characters that I can play. These aren't glamour shots. These aren't selfies. These aren't pictures that are full of makeup and jewelry and earrings. No, that's a whole different shot. That's a glamour shot. They don't need to see how good I look on camera. They need to see that I look like the character that they're looking for.
So you're saying,
you know what I mean?
Nobody cares about your shiny, slick, bald head. Nobody cares about your $50 fade. Nobody cares about your Morris Kojo goatee. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about these dimples if it ain't matching up with what they need. So you mean to tell me I spend $500 on extensions and they're not going to cast me?
It depends on what you're looking for. If they need somebody that has dreads and all this hair, cool. But if not, and here's the thing. Your headshot should look as close to you as possible. Because if they're looking at the headshot and then you come into the room or you send them a audition tape and you look nothing like your headshot, it's like, okay, yeah, we wanted this person in this picture. That's why the headshot is important. Because you look at that first, okay, we like that look. And you come with a whole different look. It's like, this headshot, you're bald, or you have a $500 fade, but now you have dreads, or you have the Maxwell bushy hair look. It's like, okay, which one is you? Is this you now? Is this how you need to represent yourself at this moment? You know, like some people, good black don't crack. So your pictures from 5 years ago might look the same. You still might look the same.
I got my first, I'll say, real headshots in 2016, and I rolled those bad boys for, let's see, 2016. I rolled those bad boys to 2021, and but
hey,
my look was the same. Now I might have
grew
my hair out, but I was going to say this. Sometimes you can get away with that if you're working on a project. You can tell them that, okay, but this is my headshots, but I'm presently working in a role. But as you say though, like even when they ask for that full body shot or that pan out, and I know a lot of people use standard shots, but they want to see how you look now, and they don't want to see a full body shot of you in a red shirt, a blue pants, but then when you audition, you got on pink pajamas. Like, like you said, who is this? Is that their brother and sister? Yeah.
What's this?
And you guys listening, I hope you guys are really paying attention, because believe it or not, you might, and Steven will tell you, the stuff that we're sharing with you, and I keep telling you guys every time I go live, whether it's by myself or bringing my good brothers and sisters on, what we're giving you is thousands and thousands of dollars of information that we had to pay for. Am I right? No, be honest. Am I right? Am I right?
Yep.
You had to go. You had to go to a class to learn that you were doing it all wrong, and then you had to turn around and spend money to go back and redo if somebody had, well, no, if we had just listened the first time, stop trying to shortcut, because I know Jim over here. Well, Jim can take my pictures for me. He takes good pictures. Jim takes good pictures, but Jim does not take headshots. Right.
He doesn't know. He doesn't
now
know
he
what
might
that's
take a
all about.
headshot for you to.
It's just not. It's just not framing.
He might take a headshot.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You about to say it? Go ahead.
Or at the Christmas concert, but that Christmas concert headshot is not going to get you, huh? It's not going to get you. It's not going to get you cash on Blue Bloods, Young and the Restless.
Your album cover
Yeah.
picture is not your headshot. It's not.
Looking like Lenny Williams. Well, look, you can't come like this, and I know somebody's probably saying, "Boy, he got on an old suit," but this frame right here is a good frame up right now because I just finished auditioning for a big I almost slipped up, said a name. I can't do that. Yeah, but I just finished auditioning for a nice period piece for next year, and you know, so let's just move on into that. Yeah. Let's share a little bit of that thing.
I got you.
How important is it? It is crazy because, man, you were talking about you were about to shave and do this stuff, and I literally had, when I got this audition, right, it was in the middle of the call back to New York, and I was like, oh, I'm about to, I had the rough look, my hair was off, I was about to come in with this joint like this, and I went back and I read the description. I said, ooh, ooh. Well, I was about to shoot myself in the foot, the eye, the chest, and everything. I was like, oh, let me go shave. Let me go clean this stuff up a little bit, man. But, you know, it's important to keep some old wardrobe around. You know, I got a little period piece. I got the little vest on, little faux. I got my coat on, got my little faux button coat, you know, to represent the time. And so it's important, like you were saying, that even like to the headshot, even when you're doing your audition, and we're giving away, I'm giving some $1 million secrets away, and Steven is too, because
yeah, man, you gotta look close to the character, close to the time, the period, you know, and things like that. This is a gem. This is a gem.
Okay,
I'm about
pause
to drop
for a second here. Pause for a
that
second.
was dropped on me, and I was like,
pay attention. And I want you to know, because y'all gonna give me credit for this. You were live with Aqeel, and you're about to get a $5 million gem right now from the Steven Strickland himself. Now you won't find this anywhere else now, but you're getting it live. You don't have to pay for it or anything, but you're about to get a $5 million gem. Go ahead, bro.
I might get killed for this.
I don't even know if you should release it then.
You might come and take me for this. But listen, this might be something you might not even know. But I learned this last year, from September to October. Colors. There's something called the psychology of colors, right? And I'm talking about like the wardrobe. So when you look at your breakdown and it says that the adjective, this character is warm, or this character is strong, courageous, or whatever, look up what colors represents those words. Incorporate those colors in what you wear when you audition. Incorporate those colors in what you wear for your headshot session. Because that triggers the receptors of, that's the word I learned from Jen Rudolph, the receptors of the people watching. You know, it's like, oh, that's a nice orange. That's a nice warm color. The character is warm. Look at the poster of the shows that you want to be on, or what, like if you get an audition for Blue Bloods, right? I already know. But for somebody, if this is their first time auditioning for Blue Bloods, what should they do? Go look at a poster or some stills of the show. Look at the wardrobe that they're wearing, not just the cops, but other people. Look at the stills, see what the tone is of the show, the colors of the materials that they post. The marketing materials. There you go. Our marketing materials. incorporate that in what you wear. Look like you're already on the show.
I'm glad you said that, man, because that, you know, that we're going to stay here, but I'm going to mention something else because you opened the door for this. I tell people all the time, man, this is why you want to make sure, I'm not telling you got to go back and spend money on a college education or anything, but this is where your college education and high school education of the things you learn in life really come into play. And Steven hit that. So for me, when you talk about those colors, I think about that because now first, undergrad, I'm a business major. So I always use my concepts of business and how we get here. That's the key.
Right.
My master's is criminal justice. I'm also a former criminal justice professor. So when you start talking about the psychology of colors, and I think about all these things, and that is what I'm talking about. So when we were talking about wanting to book the Holy Grail, and I talk about these marathons and things that run, I tell people I have literally missed interviews. I've missed, if you want to call them play dates or fun dates, because I'm home in the studio, I'm researching, I'm studying to show myself approved that I want to be on the show. You see what I'm saying? Because, and I do it countless times. I rewatch episodes. I watch them from then to now, see the progression. You know for yourself, all the Dick Wolf shows have different beats, different paces. By far, doggone Law and Order has dialogue is going. You don't have a lot of times to do a lot of inflections like you do in film, which is different from television. You don't have time to pause and go, oh. You just killed up 15 minutes of airtime. We got to go. We got to just say the line. That's it. The story will tell itself. We don't have time for you to bat your eyes, rub your hair. Can you just say that? Steven, can you please just say, come in? I don't need you to go, seriously, can you come in? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me give you a quick prime example because I gotta get off because I gotta run back to the studio and to the office, plug my phone up. In researching for, since we're talking about Law and Order, right? When I did that audition back in 2021, what I did was, like you said, I looked at what Stabler used to dress like, because this was his show, it's organized crime. So what he used to dress like, and he kind of used to dress like what you have on now, right? The blazer, the detectives had on like the big blazers with the big shoulder pads and stuff like that. But now it's more of a modern fitted look.
Thank
and
you.
So after watching season 1, I was like, okay, what is Stabler wearing now? And he wore a lot of it was almost like a denim type material. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna incorporate the blue, you know, the color and blue and stuff like that. And you know, I think that helped me. You know, that was one of the pieces that helped because I paid attention to what was going on. But look, bro, thank you for having me on. If I get back to the office and you still on, I might jump on. I just gotta plug up my thing. But no, I gotta get ready for this audition.
I just finished mine.
But yeah, man, I'll holler at you. Right.
The back to New York stuff, and I gotta answer some questions now, man. But listen, bro. Man, listen.
Hey, man, do
God
what you gotta do,
man.
brother.
And you know I mean this because we say this privately. This ain't nothing just publicly. Man, may God continue to bless you, man, and His grace and mercy be upon your career. Continue in greatness, man, and keep, well, I'll say continue being humble and in humility, man, and sharing what you have, because I truly believe, and I told people, don't wait, and I had to tell somebody again this the other day, don't wait until you get blessed to bless someone. Bless before you get there. See what I'm saying?
Practice the blessing now.
So, brother, again, Steven, you might want to, you just gave him that $5 million piece, Jim. You might want to put your Cash App or something up there so they can hit you, because you just got some people booked for like 2 episodes or something. All right?
Man, only because you said that.
Sir.
Only because you said that.
Tell them to pay it full. Tell them to pay it full. Yes, sir. That's a big gem. You just changed somebody's life, man. I'm telling you, I watched the master. While you doing that, I watched the master class of Michael Caine, the original Equalizer back in the day, and I got 2 nuggets from him, and I booked 2 TV shows right off of that, man. And man, let me tell you something, boy. Yeah,
Man.
my brother. God bless you, man. Be safe on those streets, and I'll be hitting you up. I'll be hitting
All
you
right,
up to let
man.
you know when I'm back in.
Yeah, man. Let me know when you're here, man, because
Sir.
we're gonna try to catch up. I'm trying to
All right,
catch
man.
up to
Love you
you.
too,
All right,
bro.
brother. Love you, man. Love everybody that was watching. Love everybody that was watching. Thank you for listening. Always remember, do what you love and love what you do. All right? Peace. Oh, I think you got to. Oh, no. I can leave. Okay.
Yo, so, man, listen. Woo, 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 woo. So that was very powerful. I want to thank my brother, Steven Strickland from Newark, New Jersey. Listen, you guys received some serious info tonight. And I pray that me sharing my platform with you has been blessed. Those of you that are seeking to go to the next level, this is all about another effort of mine. The last few years, people have been asking me, when am I gonna do an acting class? And I will tell you, I've been conflicted about it. I've been very conflicted about holding an acting class and sharing things. Not because I don't want you to book. I just battle a lot of times with charging people and charging them appropriately. And but I do believe, I know that there's things that we have to pay for because I have to pay for these things. There are expenses. I've been asked to even go back to my home state of North Carolina and maybe do something. And so I will say that I'm entertaining the thought, but not as much as you may think, because I'm still building myself. So what I can at least do is what I'm doing now. I can bring other actors on. We can share our successes, or at least some of our successes. And, maybe you'll gain from that, because I'm going to ask the tough questions. I want them to tell you real things so you know what it's like to go from one level to the next. And as I'm continuing to grow, I told you guys years ago when I started in like 2015, April of 2015, I told you that I was going to continue to document my career to show you how somebody that wasn't even in the acting can come in. And I would just want you to matriculate through the arts with me. And I pray that along the way you have continue to see my humbleness and humility. I don't plan to change no matter what level I'm on. And I'm always going to be a lover of God and people. And so that's why I want to continue to give you as much as I can give you. Now, don't confuse that with you should be raking people over the coal and not giving them their just due, or paying people what they're worth. That's two different conversations. But some of the things that I can share with you that should be common knowledge, or maybe not be common knowledge to you. There's a lot of information that's out here on the internet and media. You guys talk about it all the time. You look up a lot of things. Use your time to dive into that. Build your characters. Understand what you really need to know. And even in the independent industry, I always like to tell people that, even though I'm a SAG-AFTRA member now, I still tell you, don't disrespect independent producers, investors, directors, and your fellow castmates by not doing your homework on your characters. So what is independent? Do you know that was some of my very first looks? And without independent, people seeing the material, seeing my craft, and me getting to go back and build, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. But I thank God for first, allowing me and privileging me to have this opportunity to build life with you. And that's what I want to continue to do. So I'm going to end right now. Listen, God bless you. And stay tuned for some more news. And just know that affirmation. And I want you to make strong affirmations. Okay, again, I made it. I told you I had made an affirmation to book 1 or 2 more television series before December the 31st. And I got the official word last night, and I got a follow-up call today, and now the calls are pouring in. I am heading back to New York. I've been requested back. No, I did not have to audition. Thank you, Jesus. It was official. They said I am returning, and so although you'll see the information and you'll realize what show it is if some of you don't already know now, but I'm just so thankful. Um, it's a beauty, and thank God. I thank God for my health. I've had what 2 surgeries in a matter of a week. I came back from filming FBI in New York the day before Thanksgiving, celebrated Thanksgiving with my beautiful wife, got up the very next morning and had to have surgery. Then I, been healing up all over the weekend and everything. And then Monday morning, I had a follow-up surgery. And then an entire intense night of pain. And then yesterday, coming out of that, what started to settle in or subside. And then I got this call. God is so good. And then on this Saturday, our middle child, our only daughter, will be graduating with her master's, and God worked that out, because I thought that I would have to leave and miss her graduation, and then I got my film dates today and my wardrobe dates, and God bless me, and it's so beautiful. Pray for the things that you want. And I'm gonna say this, and I promise you I'm gonna end after this. I know that I continue to tell you, I know there's this fad of saying, speak it into existence. Please, I'm begging you. I am really begging and beckoning with you now. Be careful of the speak it into existence movement. Give the credit to God. The word says, speak. And also it says, pray those things as though they already were. Pray the things as though they were. When you're praying, go ahead and start thanking God that you got that job. Go ahead and start thanking God that he sent you the right husband, the right wife. He sent you healthy children. He sent you blessed opportunities. I do it all the time prior to. Now, does it happen like overnight? No. But I already go ahead and start thanking God ahead of time. And so when I got back, I was already saying, thank you, Lord, for bringing me back before the year's out to at least 1 or 2 more. And then I affirmed it. I said, I'm officially booking, and I announced it. A lot of people say, oh, when you got goals and stuff, you shouldn't share them with everybody. But how can we also believe that people going to be a blessing blocker, and God is so powerful that people can say something and block your blessing? That's a conflict of what you're saying. Either God, my battery's about to, either God is all powerful, or people are more powerful than God. Whose report would you believe? The report that I would believe is my Almighty God. He's omniscient, omnipresent, and oh Lord, I forgot. Omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipresent, omniscient. And see, this is why I forget it, but you know what I'm trying to say. And all knowing, omnipotent. So omniscient, omnipresent, yep, and all powerful. So omnipotent. That was tiresome. Thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I pray that you've received a blessing tonight. And like to thank Mr. Steven Strickland again for coming in and dropping those many, many valuable nuggets. Hey, God bless you. Remember to encourage, to exhort, and to uplift. And I'll see you in New York. God bless you, man. I love all of you guys. Go do what you love.